Alright, today I'm going to demonstrate how to take out entities using a door and a shovel. Then I want to bring up two important things very quick. The first thing is, don't spam click. If you're spam clicking, you won't be able to close the door. Instead, time your button presses to when an entity opens the door, and that way you can close it so you don't have to worry about getting hit. And the second thing is, don't touch the door. If you're touching the door, you will take damage. So to start off, I'm going to demonstrate on the Bracken here. Whoop. Hit him, and then you want to spam E like this. And there we go. I took my time because I want to be extra safe because it is a Bracken, and he can one-shot you. So what I'm going to do now is demonstrate on the rest of the cast of entities in version 50, just to show how they interact with the door and the shovel. Now there is one other thing I want to bring up. The Butler spider has quite a bit of range on him, so be careful when you're opening and closing doors. You might have to like stand this far back just to be extra safe. Okay, so for the Thumper, he's really hard to hit through a door. So what I recommend instead, and this is going to be very loud, is just use it as a way to get your stamina back really quick. And then you can just run for it or just fight him like you normally would. A little sloppy, but that's something you can do. Alright, you can do the same thing with the Snare Fleas as well. If you're really that worried about them, instead of jumping on the railing, you can just do that. Hit them through the door, and then they'll just run away. So with loot bugs, you want to make sure you don't have like a straight shot to the door, or they might go through it when you're trying to close it. So instead have like a corner like this, and that'll make it a lot easier to take them out. If you think it's necessary. Alright, for the Nutcracker, I highly recommend not doing this. You can stop his patrol path. As you can see here, he kinda just gets stuck in the door. But the thing is, once he's like armed and trying to kill you, where is he? He will get through the door eventually. Like so. And it's just not worth it. And you're just better off just killing the cheese away. Another enemy I don't recommend using the door on is the mask here. Because they can get through really easy. Watch me just spam E, look how fast they open it. But they're easy enough to kill as long as the door is opening like this. Because they get stuck on the side. But if it's facing the other way, they will probably get in, so be careful with that. Now this works pretty decent on the Butler, because it does take him a while to open the door, as you can see here. And you can just basically just slap him through it. Even if it's the mask Hornets as well, I'll even tap E here just to show that you can keep him at bay for a bit. I'll do it again. That should give you enough time to get your stamina back, or just even run away if need be. Now, I don't recommend doing this with the Coil-Head, just because, well, you can just stare at them to get them to stop running at you. And also, this really doesn't work very well. I'll wait a few seconds just to demonstrate it. But most of the time, the Coil-Head will probably get through the door. Whenever he decides to open it, yeah, just like that. He's like right there, so yeah, don't do this with Coil-Heads. But you can clip through the wall like that with a Coil-Head if you need to for some reason. But I also don't recommend doing that. Now, with the Jester, you can do it while he's in box form like this. If he decides he wants to open the door. But that's not really gonna help you out much. And of course, I'll show what it looks like when the Jester actually pops, and how well that works with the door as well. As you can see, you can delay the Jester a little bit, but not long. The Jester will get through that door so fast it doesn't even matter. And lastly, we'll show off the Ghost Skill. There's no reason to really show off the Slime, just because he can't really open doors. And the Spore Lizard, well, there's no way I'm gonna get a Spore Lizard to go to a door the way I want him. Alright, I'm gonna end the video here on the door tree spam, and sorry if I do sound a little tired because I did this in the middle of the night. But I do want to bring up a few things, just before I end the video. There are 4 entities I don't recommend using this on. Ghost Skill, Nutcracker, Coil-Head, and Jester. Mostly because either A, it will get you killed, or B, it's pointless. There is another special case I want to bring up, and that is the Thumper. Now, the Thumper, the shovel with the door doesn't work very well, but you can use this to gain your stamina back instead, if you're trying to run away from the Thumper. So I recommend using the door on the Thumper only for stamina gain back, not for combat. And the last thing I want to bring up is the Bracken. I don't recommend doing this in solo against a Bracken because it is very difficult. And you need to have your timing right or you will die. But instead, if you have like a dual partner helping you fight the Bracken, so you have one person spamming on the door while the other one's using a shovel, you will probably be fine that way. But yeah, everything else is basically fair game to this door. You got the Snare Flea, Bunker, Hoarding Bug, or Loot Bug if you want to call them that, along with the Mask and Butler, are easy enough to deal with the door. But yeah, I rambled long enough and I want to get some sleep. So yeah, have fun with the door spam.